what you've said, for instance, insofar as I ask these questions of myself personally, precisely as they become answered.
Quite sure.
So all these things out here become answered, and what could be more empirically demonstrable to an individual that I am the world and the world is me than that?
That's right.
So all I'm doing is just giving a report on the journey without direction.
So, sir, look, as the world is getting more and more overpopulated, cities are going more and more, spreading, suburbs and so on. Man is getting less and less space. Mm-hmm. Therefore, driving out animals, killing before.
Oh dear, yes.
Killing the American Indians, killing the Indians in Brazil and so on. They are doing this, actually going on.
Oh, yes.
And having no space out there, outwardly, except on occasions I go often to the country and see my show, my God, I wish I could live here. But I can't because I've got, so on. So, can there be space inwardly? When there is space inwardly, there is space outwardly.
Exactly.
Yes. But the outward space is not going to give the inner space. The inner space of mind that is free from occupation, though it is occupied at the moment, with what it has to do, it is occupied. But free, the moment it finishes, it's over. I don't carry the office to my home.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. So space in the mind means the emptying of consciousness of all its content, and therefore the consciousness which thought as the me has created ends, and therefore there is space.
Mm-hmm.
And that space isn't yours or mine, it's space.
Yes, I was thinking of the creation story in Genesis. The appearance of space occurs when the waters are separated from the waters,
Yes.
and we have the vault now over which the birds fly. And this space is called heaven. Isn't it? And in the context
it is heaven.
It is heaven.
That's right.
Yes, of course. But then we read that, you see, and we don't.
Fortunately, I don't read any of those things. I don't. Goodness, so space, direction, time, will, choice, control. You understand, sir? Now, all that has importance in my living, in the daily living of my life, of every human being. If he doesn't know what the meaning of meditation, he merely lives in that field of knowledge, and therefore that becomes a prison. And therefore that being a prison, he says, I must escape through entertainment, through gods, through this and through that, through amusement. You know, that's what is actually taking place.
The word vacation.
Vacation, that's right.
Says it all.
Yes, that's
doesn't
right.
it?
Yeah, absolutely.
To vacate is to exit into space.
Space.
Yeah. But then we go from one hole to another.
Another hole.
Yeah.
Now, if that is clearly established, perceived in myself, I see the thing operating in my daily life, then what takes place? Space means silence. If there is silence, if there is no silence, it's direction. It's the operation of will. I must do, I must not do, I must practice this, I must get this. If all. This should be, should not be, what has been, what should not be, I regret. All that operates. Therefore, Space means silence inwardly.
That's very deep. Very, very deep. Archetypally, we associate manifestation as over against latency with sound.
Yes, sound.
And what you said puts the whole thing into an astonishing perspective.
Silence isn't the space between two noises. Silence isn't the cessation of noise. Silence isn't something that thought has created. It comes naturally, inevitably, as you open, as you observe, as you examine, as you investigate. So then the question arises, silence, without a movement. Movement of direction, movement of thought, movement of time, or silence. Now, that silence, can that operate in my daily life? I live in the field of noise as knowledge. That I have to do. And is there a living with silence and at the same time the other? The two moving together, two rivers flowing in balance, not division. You follow? In harmony, there is no division. Is that possible? Because otherwise, if that's not possible, to be deeply honest, I can only live there, in the field of knowledge. I don't know if
Oh yes, yes.
So, for me it is possible. Therefore, I'm not saying it out of vanity, or I say this in great humility. I say that is possible. It is so. Then what takes place? Then what is creation? Is creation something to be expressed in paint, in poem, in statue, in writing, in being about a baby? Is that creation? Does creation need, or must it be expressed? To us it must be expressed, to most people. Otherwise, one feels frustrated, anxious. I am not living. You follow? All that. So what is creation? One can only answer that if one has really gone through all this. You understand, sir? Otherwise, creation becomes rather a cheap thing.
Yes, it becomes, in terms of the word expressed, simply something pressed out.
Pressed out, of course.
That's all.
At all.
Yes.
Just like the writer, literary people, who some of them are everlastingly in battle in themselves with tension and all that, and out of that they write a book, become famous.
Yes, the psychological theory that works about are based on neurosis.
Yeah, that's it.
Which means I'm driven.
Yeah. So what is creation? Is it something, a flowering in which the flower does not know that it is flowering? I don't.
Exactly. Exactly.
Have I made it clear?
Yes, you've made it very, very clear. All through our conversations, the one word that has, for me, been like the clean blade of a two-edged sword, has been this word act.
Yes, sir.
But not act over against inaction.
No.
Not action as over against